Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 4.1 Notes, Day 2. Today we're going to be talking about factoring four-term polynomials. Now, let's begin with a quick review of factoring the polynomials. Now, if you want to try them on your own, go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, for everybody else, let's do this together. The first thing we need to know, if our leading coefficient is negative, our GCF has to be negative. Now, if you do not know what the factor of 32 and 28 is off the top of your head, you need to go off to the side and write down all of the factors of 32. 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 3 doesn't, 4 and 8, 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, and we're back to 8. 28 is 1 and 28, 2 and 14, 4 and 7. So we know that 4 is going to go in, but it's going to be a -4. Now, they both have m's. I need to choose the smaller one, so it's going to be m squared. So our GCF goes out front, the -4m squared, and then -32 divided by -4 is a +8. M cubed divided by m squared is m. -28 divided by -4 is a +7, and then our m's cancel. So our final answer, -4m squared times 8m plus 7. All right, number 2. Once again, if you don't know what the GCF is, you are going off to the side and writing down all the factors. So 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, 5 and 8, 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. Okay? So my leading coefficient is negative, so my GCF is negative. They both have A's. They both have B's, but B to the first is smaller. And then do they both have C's? Yeah, they both have C's, but that one's smaller. So my GCF goes out front, and then we divide. -40 divided by -8 is a +5. A's cancel. We're left with B cubed, and then the C's cancel. -16 divided by -8 is a +2. A's cancel, B's cancel, C cubed divided by C gives us C squared. Right. Number 3. Now, between 27, 12, and 3, do you guys know, do you guys know what it is? Yeah, it's 3. Now, they all have x's, and the smallest one is x squared. Now, do they all have y's? No, so I can't do it. The 3x squared goes out front. 27 divided by 3 is 9. X cubed divided by x squared is x. And then the y squared comes down. -12 divided by 3 is a -4. The x squareds cancel, and we're left with y. 27 divided by 3 is 9, and then the x squareds cancel. All right. My leading coefficient is negative. My GCF is negative. 2 is going to be the smallest number. Now, let's look. We have to keep track of our variables. The smallest m is m to the 5th. Now let's look at the n's, n squared, n squared, and n squared, so I can factor out an n squared. And let's see, do they all have p's? Yep. And we're going to do p squared since that is the smallest one. So our GCF is the -2 m to the 5th n squared p squared. And then we're going to divide everything. So -2 divided by -2 is 1. M 8th minus m 5th, so we get m cubed, and the n's and the p's cancel. -8 divided by -2 is a +4. M to the 6th and m to the 5th is m. Our n's cancel, and p's don't cancel. We'll have 1 p left over. And then 8 divided by -2 is -4. Our m's, our n's, and our p's cancel. All right. So the hardest thing about this, guys, is just paying attention to all of those exponents. Okay? All right. So today we're talking about 4-term polynomials. So the first thing we want to do is check for GCF between all 4 terms. So beginning, check for GCF. After that, we're going to split the polynomial into 2 pairs and find the GCF of each pair. And the last thing is we have to regroup the answer as the product of 2 binomials. All right, don't be scared, it's not that hard. So at the very beginning, I want to ask myself, is there something I can take out of all 4 numbers? And I can't, so I'm just going to split it in half, and I'm going to focus on just the blue, and then I'll focus on the yellow. So in the blue group, there is a GCF of x. So I'm going to take the x out, and then I am left with y plus 7. Now the yellow group. I'm going to take out a GCF of 2, and then I am left over with 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we got y, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So if you notice, the y plus 7 and the y plus 7, they match. That means we did it right. Now, the red, I'm going to turn what's in the red, the x and the 2, that's going to be one of my binomials. It's x plus 2, and then my other binomial is y plus 7, okay? So we pull the x together to create one, and then our y's plus 7's come together to make one. And we are done. Okay, does that make sense? All right, let's try another one. So the first thing is we check all 4. Can I take a GCF of all 4 of those? And I can't. So we're going to have a blue group and a yellow group. Now in the blue group, I can take out an n squared. So the n squared comes out front, and we're left with n plus 8. Now the yellow group, my GCF, my leading coefficient is negative, so my GCF is negative, and I can take out a -5. And then -5 divided by -5 is 1, so I'm left with 1n, and -40 divided by -5 is a +8. And if you look, n plus 8 and n plus 8 come together. We did it right. And then my other binomial is going to be the n squared minus 5. I take our 2 GCFs into our other binomial. All right, let's look at number 7. So can I take something out of all 4? Nope. Okay, so let's focus on the blue group first. The GCF is W. That's the only thing they have in common. And then we're left with W squared minus 6. Now, the yellow group between 9 and 54, I can take out a 9. So the 9 comes out front. 9 divided by 9 is 1, so we got W squared. Negative 54 divided by 9 is a negative 6. We did it right because those match. So my first binomial is the W plus 9, and then the W squared minus 6. Okay, we pull those two together to make 1. Okay, so the W and the 9 come together, and then my W squared and my W squared. All right, number 8. Check first, can I take a GCF out of everything? And I can't. So looking at the blue, the only thing they have in common is an X. So the X comes out, and we're left with Y plus 4. With my yellow group, I can take out a positive 10. And then we're left with Y plus 4. So my first binomial is the X plus 10. And then the second one is Y plus 4. And remember, that order does not matter. Are you guys starting to get a hang of this? Good. Couple more. So remember, the first step is to see, can I take something out of all 4? Okay, so look, can you take something out of all 4 of those? Yes, you can. You can take out a 2. All right, so the 2 comes out front, and then I'm going to divide everything. So that's 5PR plus 10P minus 8QR minus 16Q. I could not take out a variable because they all don't have the same thing. All right, so I don't want to forget this 2, so I'm going to come all the way down and leave that in my final answer. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. The 5PR and the 10P, they both have 5. I can take out a 5, and they both have P's. So the 5P comes out front. 5 divided by 5 is 1. P divided by P is P, or is those cancel, and we're left with R. 10P divided by 5P is 2. All right, so now the yellow. My leading coefficient is negative, so my GCF is negative. 8 goes into 16, and then they both have Q's. So negative 8Q is my GCF. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 is 1. Q and Q cross out, and I'm left with R. Negative 16 divided by negative 8 is a positive 2, and the Q's cancel. And take a look. They match. So, same thing. Okay, I bring the 5P and the negative 8Q together, and then we have the R plus 2. I can't forget about that 2 we took out from the very beginning, otherwise we'd be changing the problem. All right, number 10. What can I take out between all of those? Can I take out a 6? 12 divided by 6, yes. 42 divided by 6, yes. 84 divided by 6, yeah. Okay, so first, between all of these, I can take out a 6, but do they all have the same variable? Yeah, they all have at least 1a. So the 6a is my GCF, and then when I divide everything out, the 6's cancel. We're left with AB plus 12 divided by 6 is 2a plus 42 divided by 6 is 7b because the a's cancel. And 84 divided by 6 is 14 and the a's cancel. Okay, so I'm going to bring down that 6a so I don't forget about it. And then I'm going to worry about my two groups. Now the AB plus 2a, the only thing I can take out is an a. The a comes out front, and we're left with b plus 2. Okay, those a's cancel, and those a's cancel. The GCF of the second group is a 7. The 7's cancel, and we're left with b. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Okay, so what are the two binomials? Yeah, we take the red, it's a plus 7, and then b plus 2. Once you start to get a hang of it, it's not that bad. All right, last one. There it is. So always check first. Is there a GCF? Yes. This time it's just a number. Always check with the smallest. You should know that 3 goes into 24 and 3 goes into 15. And if you don't know, use your calculator. Okay? So the 3 comes out front. We're left with the CD squared plus 8CD minus 5D squared. Oh, did I forget something? I did, and this is something nice, okay? So if you notice, all of these have a D. I forgot about that. So I'm just going to change this real quick. I'm going to take out a D, so this is going to be 3D. And so that'll be CD. If I can't take out these D's, that cancels. D squared minus D is just D, and then the D's cancel. Okay? Yes, teachers make mistakes. It's okay. Now, once again, I'm going to drop this 3D down into my final answer, and I'll split it up. There's only a C in common in the first one, so that turns into D plus 8. Now my leading coefficient is negative, so my GCF is negative, and I can take out a 5. D and the negative 40 divided by negative 5 is a positive 8. So my final answer, we take C minus 5 and then D plus 8. And don't forget about that 3D. Make sure that that is still in your answer. Okay? So we know that this is kind of hard, so if you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself so we can help you out. Your homework is going to be 4.1 practice B. Okay? So this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2 Unit 4.1 Notes, Day 2. Thanks for watching.